What is up, Ludi Bros Army? It's your boy Big Bro Lamar Ludi, sitting down to bring you guys a deck profile for a deck that I took to my locals. Sitting down to go over this Rainbow Whis deck. But before we get into this profile, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on. I try to bring you guys the decks that I pilot to either second or first at my locals. I think that's always pretty fun to share the stuff that I'm running. And that's the case with this. I was able to get second place today with Whis. So let's go ahead and we'll jump into the deck. Now this is an older leader, but I put my own personal spin on it and it came out with rainbow colors. I'm using all 5 colors in this deck, but we're gonna call it Rainbow Sprinkles because it's mostly yellow sprinkled in with a couple of colors. Let's take a look at the leader really quickly. When he swings, he draws 1 on the awakened side and he has an auto once per turn. If it's your opponent's turn, when a yellow skillless battle card with 15k power is placed in your drop area from your combo area, you're gonna play it from your drop. To awaken, you're always looking to awaken due to that unison with a specified cost of 2 in play. You'll draw 1, restand 1, and you're going to add life to your hand until you have 6. You become Whis Godly Mentor. Auto, when this card attacks, draw 1, and he still has the other auto. If it's the opponent's turn, when you combo with the skillless, you'll play it from the drop. Then he's got an activate main for 1 yellow energy. You're going to choose a yellow Son Goku or Vegeta with an energy cost of 2 in the battle area. So one of those skillless, you're going to put it in the drop. And then you're going to play out a battle card from your deck or your hand with an energy cost of 3 and the EX Evolve skill on the same name. So you send away Goku or Vegeta, and then they're going to EX Evolve into their Super Saiyan Blue counterparts. So let's go ahead and take a look at the deck. First off, for one of your turn 1 plays, or turn 2, depending on how your energy charges up, and we'll see what that means later on. We're running 4 copies of Whis, A Helping Hand. Auto, when this card is played, you're going to search the top 5 looking for a yellow skillless or the specified cost of 2 unison, and you're going to add it to your hand, and then you'll shuffle your deck. And then the way to get the draw power going with this deck is when you use a yellow skillless battle card in a combo, you'll draw 1. So you're looking to have this guy out on the field because he's really going to pump your hand up and help you to get that hand size that you're going to need to push later on for game. Since this deck is based on the skillless cards, we're going to run a full play set, 4 copies of the Vegeta and 4 copies of Son Goku. So this is making up the skillless portion of the deck. You always want to have these because you want to be able to combo them from your hand to the drop, and then from the drop you're always bringing them back. So that way you can go ahead and keep pace with your opponent. If they're asking for your hand size, essentially you're always 1 card more because you've got a card here that you can combo from your drop area when you look at the unison later on, and then that card's going to come out onto the field. You play it in active mode, and then you'll be able to combo with it again. So we're running a full play set of all the skillless pieces, and then we're going to run 3 copies of Son Goku, Deity's Disciple. Critical with an EX Evolve for 1 energy, you draw 1 card over a yellow Son Goku with an energy cost of 2. So now we're seeing 2 ways that we can cheat this out, with the leader's effect, or we can play it out with its own EX Evolve skill, which is good because it replaces itself in your hand. Auto, when this card attacks, you'll choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. And then the other auto is when this card is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill, you'll play up to 1 yellow Vegeta with an energy cost of 2 from your deck or your drop, and then you'll shuffle your deck if you look through it. So you'll see the similar effect on the Vegeta, and we're going to play 3 copies here. Vegeta, Deity's Disciple, he's got double strike and EX Evolve, also drawing 1 card onto a yellow Vegeta. Auto, when your opponent activates a counter skill. Now this is a nice auto. When your opponent activates a counter skill during a battle with this card, you may switch this card to active mode, and then if you do, you negate this card's skills for the turn. So it's going to allow you to keep putting pressure on your opponent. He's going to restand and be able to swing again. Auto, when this card is removed, then you're going to replace this card with the yellow Son Goku. So once you get those guys going on the board, they're maybe a little difficult, or they might give your opponent something to think about when they go to try and remove them. So we're running 3 and 3 of those. For the unisons, you have to run the Vados Cosmic Aid. We're going to run this at 4 because this is the main thing that's going to get those skillless comboing from the drop area. Auto, when your opponent attacks, you may choose 1 yellow skillless battle card in your hand or your drop, and you're going to combo with it, and then if you do, you're going to negate the skill for the turn. So since she's pulling those cards back from the drop, you can actually use this auto on her. You can use it when they swing at the unison, which normally you're not able to combo with unisons, but thanks to her auto, she gets around that, putting her up to 20k. Or you just use it on your leader, so it's kind of like he stays at 20, and then thanks to your leader, that card's going to come out onto the board. Now, we have a leader that wants to awaken turn 2 no matter what. It's good to get over to that awaken side so you can start using that 1 energy play. But so we're running 2 copies of Android 20 and Dr. Mew, Hellish Accomplices. Now, the reason why I chose this is because he's got an activate main, draw 1, then choose 1 card in your hand and discard it. Well, you can go ahead and use that to ditch off one of the skill lists, or you can ditch off one of your 3 drops from your hand, because his -2 is to add up to 1 mono yellow battle card with an energy cost of 5 or less and the evolve skill from your drop area to your hand. So you can get that card back to your hand the next turn. And then he's got an auto. If it's your turn, when you activate an evolve skill, you'll add a marker to this card, so it's a free way to get a marker. So it's not bad. It's just the fact that we're looking to awaken turn 2 no matter what. So you want to make sure that you see your unison, and that's going to enable you to do that. Plus, it does have some synergy with the deck. We're running 3 copies of Vegeta Prideful Transformation. This is the free counterplay, and since we're going to have unisons, we'll just go ahead and we're going to run this. It is useful. You can play cards in rest mode, and he has blocker. So when your opponent goes to play something out, yep, you'll go ahead, you'll have them play it in rest, then play this card. And he's a blocker, so he's going to be able to eat an attack for you. Now, something that I really liked about this version of the deck that I have, I wanted to... I was running this deck yellow, and now we're actually going to start getting into the sprinkles package of the deck. I was running this deck fully as yellow before, and then I made a change to it to add in some blue. Because this card, Sensu Bean, I mean, it's going to give you a 5k for the turn, and it's going to restand 2 of your energy. And you have such cheap plays. I mean, these 3 drops are essentially 1 drops once you have your everything set up. So you can play them out, and there were so many times where I would, basically go down to 1 energy. It would be a blue energy. I'd tap it for Bean and start restanding myself to push those plays a little bit longer than maybe they should have gone. Now, to make them work, to make these Sensu Beans work, I was looking for a turn 1 multicolor play to go ahead and charge and rest. So turn 1, I wanted these Bojacks. Because these have a permanent, if you have a Bojack Brigade card in your energy, you're going to reduce the combo cost, but you're also going to reduce the energy, or negate the energy exhaust skill in all areas. So I was looking for Bojack first to charge as the multicolor target, and then I have 3 copies of Beerus Fickle God to go in as the second. If there's another multicolor card in there, then you're going to go ahead and be able to charge this. So a typical turn would be, turn 1, charge this, pass if you're going first, or swing with your leader, draw a card. And then on turn 2, if you can, you're going to charge another blue-yellow. Otherwise, you charge any other yellow, and then you're going to tap 2 for your unison and awaken. So now, thanks to this blue package, we're able to include Sensu Bean in the deck, and that really helped extend those plays to try and, close things out nice and early. The super combo that we're running for the deck is Elegant Assistance Hells. When you combo with this card, if your leader card is a god, which ours is, Whis is counted as a god, then your life is at 4 or less, you're going to place 1 card from your hand in your drop area. If you do so, you're going to draw 2 cards, and this card's going to gain 10k. So the good thing about this is you're able to ditch off skilllesses, which then can be used on your next turn with Vados Cosmic Aid, or you can ditch off the EX Evolve targets, which can then be grabbed back with the Android 20 and Dr. Mew if that's on the field. Or you just ditch off, cards that you may not need. Some of these Beeruses, which cost energy if you're tapped. You just ditch off something else, and then you're going to be able to draw 2. So we're going with Elegant Assistance House, and she's green. So like I said, I was able to include all 5 colors in this deck. We're running 2 copies of Vegeta's Final Flash. If your leader card is yellow, you're going to choose up to one of your leader cards or battle cards. It's going to get plus 15 power for the duration of the battle. That's crucial. Auto, if all of your energy is yellow, when you activate this card, then you're going to choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and you're going to negate its skills for the duration of the turn. So you're going to be able to turn something off, ignoring barrier. If they're swinging at you with double strike, which happened to me today, I got swung at with a Son Goku Man on a Mission who's double strike crit. I was not going to take those hits. I went ahead and tapped for Vegeta's Final Flash, and I took that attack. Instead of being double strike crit, I took it down to just 1 card that came to my hand. Frieza's Army Reinforcements. You will find that you'll be at 6, pretty regularly with this deck. And then it's okay to go ahead and take a life to come down to 5 from one of your opponent's swings if that's the case. Otherwise, if they want to leave you at 6, that's fine. Stay at a nice high life. But you can always play this card once you're at 5 or less for free by taking a life, and then you'll play out the Frieza's Army token, which is going to gain blocker and give you a little more defense. We're going to run the one of the power of a Super Saiyan. You have to run this. Now, the thing with this is that you do have to have a mono yellow. If your leader card is mono yellow and the permanent, if you have one or more mono yellow energy in your active mode, you can activate this card's activate battle from your hand without paying its energy cost. So you have to make sure that you do charge something mono yellow. Even though we have 7 cards that are multicolor, you want to get at least one mono yellow card into your energy, which is pretty easy. Pretty easy to do. Obviously, you have plenty of yellow here to choose from to put in there. The activate battle is if your leader is mono yellow, you'll draw 1, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards or unisons and switch it to rest. So that's a little bit more draw power. Here's the red for the deck, Hidden Power Supreme Kai. This is what I used to close out my last game of the day. When you combo with this card, you're going to choose which one of your attacking cards is going to gain double strike. So I swung with my leader, I gave him double strike. So far we've gotten yellow, we've got blue, we've got green, we've got red. And then here's the black. Super Saiyan 4 Bardock fighting against Fate. Overrealm 6, dual attacker. So you're going to be able to put that pressure onto your opponent when you're looking to close it out. And then the secret rare. I'm running the Wicked Saiyans as my secret rare because my leader is yellow. If your opponent has 2 or more energy and your leader card is green or yellow or shares the character name with this card, these secret rares are so flexible because they hit so many leaders, you're able to use them. This card's going to gain dual attack and blocker. And I was able to play this or try to use this card on my last in my last battle. Is auto for 2 energy. At the end of a battle in which this card was used in a combo from your hand, your opponent may choose 4 of their cards and switch them to rest mode. If they do, you'll remove this card in your drop area from the game. But if they don't, then you'll play this card from your drop area, and your opponent's going to choose 2 cards in their hand and discard them. So that actually happened in my final game. I was able to combo, and he's a free 10k boost. So I super comboed, and I used the Wicked Saiyans. I pushed up Son Goku to 40k and crit. And then I tapped 2 to go ahead and bring this guy out. My opponent switched 4 cards to rest. I then swung with my leader and gave the power from Hidden Power Supreme Kai to him, getting that double strike. So it's a very straightforward deck, but it has a lot of... I really think that with the inclusion of the bean and a little bit of blue, that you're able to stretch plays a little bit longer than you would have previously with an all-yellow build. And... yeah, it's a really fun deck to play. Like I said, I was able to make it rainbow sprinkled, and I had a good time with it today at my locals. All right, well, thank you guys for tuning into this profile for Whis. Make sure you have that notification bell turned on and keep coming back to the channel for more content like this. And I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you for watching the video.